Am I going to be cancelled for this? By the way, I've become an alt-right conservative talk show host.
How's your lockdown
during the pandemic? It's been very transformative. That's why I stand here drinking Sammy's Tropicana out of a Union Jack mug.
Tropicana? I thought it was Orangina. Orangina's a drag name. They're going to bring to the stage Orangina.
What was my suggestion yesterday? Rue the day.
Hi, I'm IKEA family member Daniel J. Layton, and welcome to Small Talk. Today I'm joined by everyone's fifth favourite Trueman, Jacob Trueman.
Yeah, me and Mike are behind every one of them.
No. Mike. Harry S. Capote, The Truman Show, and then you. I always put this on thinking I'm going to look good, and then I get to the edit and I'm like, oh, choices were made.
I'm going for sort of like your gay Uncle Vinny. So it's like, I suck a lot of cock, forget about it! You know what I saw earlier today?
Not a clue.
I was walking down the street, and outside someone's house, on their wall, they had a little paper sign that they'd taped to the wall that just said free to take, and the two items that were next to it were a traveller's guide to France,
Great.
And on top of that, a single skateboard truck. Imagine someone walking past me and like, just what I needed!
Small Talk is a show that aims to reacclimatise us into being able to interact with our fellow human beings post-lockdown. We are fully vaxxed.
We are. Both of us actually are fully vaxxed. That was a good one. I'm glad that wasn't terrible.
Also, both of the windows are open indoors for extra precautions.
So the COVID that, floats through on the wind can then just float past us and out the other window.
COVID, it's a small world. We're just the performers. Nice weather we're having, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been an uptick. Yeah. Of late it's been quite rainy.
What's been your favourite experience in lockdown?
None of them. It's been horrible.
How's your lockdown been?
Awful. The thing is, right, for so many years, we've seen like little media posts, little memes and shit about taking care of introverts. This has been a horrible time for extroverts. I like to be around people. I get energy from other people. This is already, really charging up my batteries. Where are all the memes? Where are all the media posts and, Twitter, trends?
Every day is extrovert day. Because conversation is difficult and we're out of practice, a friend of mine referred to it as friendship lubricant. Like when you see each other, you work on it. We're rusty. We're all rusty.
You work up a froth.
And I bought this fabulous Art of Conversation, what they refer to it as a game. It says up here, great times. Pick any card and then hand it to me. Do you have a favourite plate, cup or glass?
No.
Okay.
I've got a favourite fork.
A favourite fork?
I've got a favourite fork.
Well, I'm afraid that's not on the card. So
Good God, this fork. I've got some pretty standard white light plates and crockery. There's not much design to them. There's not much decoration to them. They're just knives and forks. But this one has a slight angled bottom, as if it's like the bottom of like a hexagon.
Is it when you're like having dinner, you're like, this will taste nicer if I use my best fork?
No, I'm glad that we've cleared that up.
Yeah. What is the most memorable object you've seen in a museum?
When I went on a weekend trip to Dublin with my brother, my sister and my dad, we went to the Museum of Ireland, I think it was called.
What that would be in Dublin?
In that establishment, they have preserved remains of 3 people from like thousands and thousands of years ago. You walk around this little sort of like curved walkway down to this little viewing area, and then it's just half a body, just lying like casually.
Have they made it in a pose?
Yeah, it's like lying down like this. It's just a preserved body.
Eaten off, and he's crawling away.
I think it's just they didn't find it. Like maybe
they didn't find it,
and that person lived like I don't know thousands of years ago in Ireland.
They only got the top off. They could at least like sit it up behind a bar.
Put it in poses.
Yeah, you might as well.
Put like a skeleton in it, and then just like use it in animatronics.
Literally,
you press a button and it deals cars.
Yeah. Was there only one?
There was 3.
Well, then you could do a scene.
It's not respectful, Dan.
It's been 1,000 years. If I die, you have full permission to turn me into an animatronic.
All right.
I say that here and now. Okay. Go right ahead. When I was in Dublin, I went to the Guinness Museum. I would have liked it to be like more like Willy Wonka. I would have liked for Jack Howard to fall in the river of Guinness. And be sucked up a pipe. I think that would have made for an
And the Willy Wonka
journey.
version is this Irish... No, let's not go into lazy Irish stereotypes. But what? It is beer.
But wouldn't you like to see Irish Oompa Loompas? It's in the colour of the Irish flag.
They are, actually.
So,
that's true. The most positive person you have ever met. Who was the most positive person you've ever met?
Not you. Tessa Violet's pretty positive.
Okay.
She's got quite a nice outlook.
Right.
She's very generous to people. She once told me about when someone says mean things to you, you think about, oh, well, what kind of day have they had?
Yeah.
And then you just go, okay.
My general studies teacher in college called Graham. One time a student came in and he was obviously hungover, and Graham just pulled out some change from his pocket and just put it in front of the student and just went, "Go get yourself a fried breakfast." And we were all just like...
Was Graham Santa Claus?
He did like to pontificate about diversity a lot. When I'm out driving and I see a pair of, friends, a pair of young children in there of a different race, I genuinely, it makes me feel better about the world, because back in my day, that sort of thing didn't happen, and we'd all be like, okay.
He'd be driving down the road and he'd be like, that's the future Liberals want. And then just carry on. Do you think you'll be more conservative as you grow older?
No. I have a theory that people say that you get more conservative as you grow older.
Well,
I don't think
it's
that's
the same
true.
as mine, because I was asked that question once, and my answer was, I'm going to stay pretty much the same, but I think what is considered conservative will shift.
That's exactly true. I've said that multiple times. I'm all about that interpretation.
I'm going to be cancelled probably when I'm about 56.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be
But
so relieved.
in the future, cancelling involves a cannon.
Will you like the cannon?
Yes.
Will it be a showpiece?
Yeah, it becomes a
And then you can use my half... Then you can turn me animatronic.
Oh, all I have to do is put you in a peat bog for 1,000 years.
And use me to demonstrate how to be more progressive.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. We've solved it.
That's the future Liberals want.
We've solved it. I think like cancel cannon is the future Liberals one.
Where and when are you in your element?
Oh. In the bedroom. I think I'm also in my element when I'm in like a group setting.
Yeah.
Like when I'm with like 5 or 6 people and we're having a conversation. I always thought that it would be like, people are like, why don't you stand up? I'm like, I'm not funny enough to carry up a stand-up special. I could be on a panel show.
Why don't we do a panel show? We need a panel.
Here's the scenario. I call you, I say, Jacob, I've got us a panel show. Show up to this studio on this date, and you get there, and it's a 3-hour slot on QVC where we're selling window panes. What do you do?
Nut up and sell the fuck out of some window panes.
Give me your best window pane pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some fantastic window panes for you today. This is the Pearl Square. It's Nacrest Mother of Pearl. It is called the Pearl Square, and it can be yours for only 4 manageable payments for £399.99.
Hang on. One window pane for £1,200 and £3.
It's great mental maths there.
Thank you.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you call them mental maths? Because I used to call it mental maths, right? I'd be like, oh, we did mental maths today at school, and everyone thought I was... My parents laughed at me.
Mental maths?
Yeah.
What?
Mental maths!
You go to mental...
We're doing these maths are mental!
Did you have the little fans with the numbers on them that you had to... Like...
Yeah. Did you get, once... I have a little certificate that I got from school in, like, year 5, where I was referred to as Person of the Day.
Person of the Day.
Person of the Day. Won that award at least 3 times.
What do you win Person of the Day for?
Being great.
Wit,
glamour, intelligence, charisma, uniqueness, and talent.
Is it like a round robin tournament?
No. It's whoever the teacher decides to be the Person of the Day. However, there was a long run between my 2nd and 3rd championship because I told said teacher that she had a moustache. So
children do say the darndest things.
They surely do. When there's a darndest thing, stop being a darndest thing. Become hate speech.
Well, I'm sure better minds than I have wrestled over this very topic for millennia. What you're asking for is basically, to sum it down, at what point does a person reach the age of reason? And who knows?
I think now that we're arrived at plumbing the depths of reason, we have achieved small talk. We've beaten it.
I thought we were going to talk about like current events, and all I've mentioned is like, oh, my teacher Graham, who like used to feed kids who were hungover.
That's the format of the show.
Oh
I'm sorry, I didn't make the rules. Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, at least there was some flavour, some LGBT flavour in there.
Oh my god, it.
Fuck them gays.
That's my denial manifest. It's like, I simply couldn't put in anything to do with the LGBT. They might think I'm homosexual. Say goodbye.
Toodaloo.
Where can they find
Goodbye.
you?
I can be found on Twitter at the Jacob Trueman.
Thank you very much for joining us here on this edition of Small Talk. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Oh, I do have a YouTube channel as well, which is Jacob Trueman.
And then put a comment in the video answering any of the questions. And
let me know how you would further improve this outfit. Feel free to tell me that there are no improvements you could make because it's already fantastic. If that's how you truly feel.
And if that is how you truly feel, seek help.
Says you. What the fuck's that?
Oh, I've already cut to the credits.